Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? How are y'all doing this evening? All right. So tonight we're going to make a fall wreath. So let's talk about the supplies that we're going to need to make this fall wreath. You're going to need a sign. Now, Laurie has something similar to this sign in stock, but it's a round sign. It kind of looks similar to this one. You're going to need a ring board. You're going to need your choice of ribbons. Okay. I got some pumpkins from Hobby Lobby. We're going to use 21-inch mesh. We're going to need our measure buddy. Our easy bow maker. And some pipe cleaners. All right. So that's what we're going to need tonight. Because we're going to do something different with our 21-inch mesh. I'm going to show you another way of using leftover 21-inch mesh. How are y'all doing this evening? How's the audio, y'all? I got a new microphone. The audio should be a whole lot better. All right, so first things first, let's get our board loaded. And it's easier if you're using pipe cleaners, you just fold them in half. And of course, if you're going to use zip ties, you can do that as well. Whether you use zip ties or pipe cleaners, it's just a personal preference, I believe. So we're loading our pipe cleaners in every other hole. Where is everybody tonight? So you'll need 8 pipe cleaners or zip ties for the outside, then 8 for the inside. Hello, Miss Laurie. And then I'm going to show y'all something I've been doing with 21-inch mesh for a while now. And I'm just going to let you know it works really only with jute mesh. And there's a reason it only works with jute mesh. Which y'all will see here in just a moment. All right. So now we have our board loaded. We're going to set that aside, and now we're going to cut our mesh. Now, if you want to, you can use a fresh roll of mesh. I just happen to have leftover mesh. So that's what I'm going to use. And the first thing I'm going to do, because it's left over, is I'm going to give myself a straight edge with my mesh. All right. And now that we've got a straight edge, I'm going to cut each piece 11 inches. And we're going to need 18 of these. Welcome, welcome. I'm Jackie. A lot of people just call me Jackie B. Now, if you want to, you can just cut these 10 inches. I prefer 11 inches. They don't have to be perfectly straight. Okay. So we're going to start on the outside. Now, the one good thing about fall, and people will add raffia, expensive meshes, and things like that to get the appearance of, hey, we're going to do this and we're going to embrace the fray. So this is like cutting a 10-inch piece, 21 inches. So we're just going to ruffle this up the middle. And when you ruffle this 21-inch mesh, it looks different than when you ruffle 10-inch mesh. It curls different. And obviously, the reason it works best with jute mesh, because jute mesh doesn't fray as much, and we want it to fray a little bit, but not a whole lot. So if you were doing this with a fresh roll of mesh, you can get 2 wreaths out of a 21-inch roll of mesh, cutting it 10 inches. Like I said, since I'm using leftover mesh, I just cut it 11 inches. So like I said, this will give a kind of neat effect of hay and whatnot without having to put more material into your wreath. So this is good for like when you make scarecrows. It's orange jute, yeah. I am using the new microphone. How does it sound? I think it's because it only stays on when I'm talking and I'm not consistently talking. It doesn't pick up any background noise. Is that better? Which one's better? Ha 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 ha. Which microphone's better? Here's the old one. Because this one's going to pick up everything I do, the other one doesn't. Y'all just let me know which one's better, and I'm going to keep moving forward while I wait for the answer. How about that? Better? Alright, so Laurie's got a ribbon similar to this one in stock. She's got a good selection of striped ribbons. Alright. And we're going to cut our ribbon tails 14 inches. The new one has better sound. I gotta do it, y'all. Otherwise, you're gonna be here watching me cut ribbon all night long. Laurie must have ran off. She still hadn't seen me do this yet. Haha. That's probably a good thing, right? Alright, so tonight I'm going to use 1.5 ribbons. Because I wanted to pull in some green, because we've already got orange. And mustard, so I wanted to pull in some of the sage green from the sign. All right. So I cut my ribbon tails 14 inches, and we're going to add a pair of these to each tie. And believe it or not, we're going to try to get this done as quickly as possible because we got storms rolling in. There she is. We were wondering where you went to, Laurie. My head might explode for other reasons. Okay, well, you missed what I did, Laurie. That's twice you haven't caught me, so I guess that's a good thing. Maybe one of these days you'll catch me. Yep. I think I actually like the new microphone too because, yeah, unfortunately with allergies and whatnot, I sniff a lot and it's not picking up my sniffing. Alright, now that we got the outside row, we'll move on into the inside row. There's Judy Baker to tell me I'm going the wrong way with my mesh too. I cut my mesh at 11 inches. Now, if you're starting with a fresh roll of mesh, you can just cut it at 10 inches. That way you get 36 pieces or 2 wreaths out of a full roll. So this is kind of a way to get more out of your 21-inch mesh, but like I said, this is kind of like more of a fall wreath thing, or anytime you want to kind of like give a grassy look, because the fray is going to kind of look like hay and whatnot. So if you were like doing a fishing wreath or an outdoorsy wreath, it'd be good for that too, as well. You do, and that's why I was showing it, because doing this time of year is cheaper than buying 2 rolls of 10-inch mesh and cutting it 20 inches. Plus the mesh that you buy to give a fray appearance. We're embracing the fray, folks, because we want it for this, for a fall look for hay and whatnot. And then if you want it to fray down a little further, like for a scarecrow, what Laurie's saying, take a wire brush and kind of brush it out, and it'll fray even more. You can pull some of the ends out like that with a wire brush, and it'll give you more fray. which is the other reason, like, I cut mine 11 inches, so I could show you. And the 21-inch mesh, when you ruffle it, has a different look to it as well than 10-inch mesh. Either I can't count or I missed a tie. Did I miss a tie, y'all? Or 2 or 3? Maybe I can't count. Oh, I know what I did. I cut 18 pieces instead of 16. Any wreath that you want to make on a Unique in the Creek board can be for screen doors, pancake, whatever you want to call it. But I would say no, this is not pancake because it doesn't go with that particular style. See how the ruffle looks different with the 21-inch mesh, y'all? Alright, so before I put my ribbon on, I want to put my sign on. And the reason I want to put my sign on is because it's square. I'm not the biggest fan of seeing the square corners. I kind of want to show you how I go about hiding them. I get to run in my mouth and I can't cut and count. That is not in my list of talents. I can multitask a lot of things. That is not one of them. I can't count and talk. So I guarantee every time you hear me talking while I'm cutting, I lost count. It's over. Done with. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of tilt my sign a little bit. Because, and I'm gonna show y'all why. If you turn your sign like this, you kind of end up with a four-corner look. And when you end up with a four-corner look, you take a round wreath and you accidentally make it square. Okay? They're 1/4-inch staples. Okay, so I'm gonna pivot it just a little bit so that my pipe cleaners are not on the corners. So basically, it'll be between the two pipe cleaners. Like I said, it's just pivoted a little bit, not much, which I'll show y'all here in a minute. Because that's the top. Okay. So like I said, it's not tilted bad because there's the top of my wreath. And now we'll start putting in our ribbon. And since we put in our sign first, it's going to make it so that we avoid the look of sharp corners, which you will see because our ribbon's going to kind of lay over our sign instead of it'll take that sharp corner look off that sign, which y'all will see here in just a little bit as I put ribbon on. We're all so quiet tonight. You mean dovetails, the ribbon? No, you don't have to dovetail ribbons, Pam. I highly recommend trying something different because there might be more people that aren't a fan of it, and then when you do stuff like that, Pam, then you open up a new clientele base of people that didn't like it themselves. I always recommend trying something new. I've always of the opinion that just because I think something is bad taste doesn't mean it is bad taste. Because there'll be thousands of people that think it's good taste. Know what I mean, y'all? If y'all have already done the exclamation notify on Facebook, you don't have to do it again, y'all. You just have to do it the one time and then you'll be notified of Facebook Lives. Alright, if y'all have already done it before on a previous Facebook Live, whether it was with me or Laurie, y'all don't need to do it again. You've already done it once, and there's no need to do it again. Okay, so you notice how I took my ribbon and I just laid it kind of nicely to where it was going up over my corners to soften the edge on those corners. So now it's not square looking and it's more in the wreath. That's me personally, the appearance that I prefer. I don't like it when you take a sign and you can see that it just, I don't know, looks like it's slammed on top of your ribbons. Just not my jam. It goes against like my personal preference. Alright, so tonight we are going to use the Easy Bow Maker, the correct way to make a bow. I have to do it that way though. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 pipe cleaners and twist them together. And I'm going to lay them in there. And what I do to get my pipe cleaners out of the way is I just wrap them under my board. Okay, one of the nice things about the Easy Bow Maker is you can use it to decide how big you want your bow to be. Because a lot of people are like, well, how big do I know? Okay, so obviously this is the center and this is going to be your loop. So you kind of lay it here, and that's going to help you say, okay, well, that's how big I want my bow to be. Okay. Now, before I put mine in, I like to give it a twist before I put my first tail in. I don't know why. It's just my habit. Okay, so I'm going to make 7-inch loops tonight to start. And then once you make your 7-inch loop, hold your ribbon in, slide it into between the pegs, and then you make your twist. Okay, so you've got your 7-inch loop, your twist, and then once again, slide your ribbon in first, make your loop, and then pinch your ribbon down for your loops. Now, there's a lot of people that will teach different techniques and different ways to use the Easy Bow Maker. I recommend that if you like the Easy Bow Maker, but you don't like the way that I make bows, watch other people. There's a lot of people, and like I said, they do it different. Like I said, for some reason, I guess just force a habit, with my first pinch and twist, I like to just go ahead and put it in. And now I'm going to do a 6-inch loop. I like to go down an inch every time. I'm going to do 2 sets of loops with the green. And then we're going to bring that mustard color in with some striped pizzazz. Anybody else like the color of mustard? Oh, remind me, y'all, I have something so cute I need to show y'all. I'm surprised Laurie didn't remind me. All right, I'm going to do 2 loops with the mustard stripe as well. I am, Miss Pam. And I just released a new one. And that's why I'm surprised Laurie didn't remind me to show you. There's not much of this ribbon. No, Pam, I teach them in my private group, yes. But as far as selling them, no, I sell them to the public. Alright, so check this out. So now that we got all our ribbon, twist your pipe cleaner around, that way it's easier to get it out. And tighten it down, and then pull. And then I fluff mine on my wreath, y'all. A lot of people do it, but like, I just prefer to fluff my bow on my wreath. It's easier for me. My Easter eggs? Is that what you're talking about, Rachel? Alright, as always, I start at the bottom of my bow, and if you notice, I take my ribbon tails and I kind of curl them between my fingers, because your ribbon tails are part of your bow, so I curl them to give them life and make them fluffy. Well, I'm pretty excited about my newest one, which I'll show y'all here in a second if somebody reminds me when I'm done fluffing my bow. Somebody's got to remind me, though, because I sidetrack easy these days. Anybody else like that? You sidetrack pretty easy? That's like the story of my life anymore. All right. What do y'all think so far? Easy peasy? Japanesey? Are y'all ready to see my new embellishment? Now right now there's only a couple available. Don't panic, okay? There will be more. If y'all love it, I'll make more. Okay, y'all ready? I think it's super cute. My husband even likes it. Alright, y'all give me a bunch of hearts if you want to see my new wreath attachment. I grabbed it. Throw up those hearts. Ugh. Now one of these is on the way to Laurie, and she'll show you what she does with it. What do y'all think? Alright, so to get these on a Unique in the Creek wreath, we're going to pull the stem out. Okay? And then we're going to take pipe cleaners and some hot glue. Instead. Like I said, there's only a couple available right now. There will be more later on. Orange felt is hard to find, so I had to order it. So I'm just waiting for my orange felt to arrive to make more. So I kind of used the scrap I had on hand to make a couple. No, Jackie doesn't paint. I can paint. Let me make this clear. I can paint, but it doesn't fall under the category of brings me joy. Okay. I just kind of think if you're going to do something, it needs to bring you joy. Painting does not do that for me. I can do it, y'all. I took art classes, everything. It just isn't my thing. Anybody else got that thing that just isn't their thing? Alright. Hope this has cooled down enough. So basically what we're going to do also to soften these edges up is we're going to go up here with our pumpkins. And kind of use them to cover the corner. Alright, we're gonna have to do something else first. This is just what's called a yarn needle. We need a little bit more cushion to support our pumpkins, y'all. Because I don't want them pulling so flat into my wreath. So I have a little bit of green mesh, leftover mesh. Here we go again. I love leftover mesh. You know, my favorite thing about, a lot of people don't like leftover mesh, but you know what my favorite thing about leftover mesh is, y'all? Because I don't know if y'all know, but I've been doing this for a long time, making wreaths. It does. Silly thing, right? We're just gonna put these around the outside, y'all. I just want a little cushion for my pumpkin to sit on. Or should I say lean on? Lean on. Oops. I just slapped my hand over my mouth. No singy singy. Facebook doesn't like the singy singy. I'm just rolling the spirals up. I'm sorry. You're basically just taking them, y'all. And that's what I like about leftover mesh. Just roll it up. Just rolling it and then fold it in half. That just lets you know where center is. Because it's a copyright infringement. I don't own the words. Yep, I'm just folding it to find the center to crunch it up and put it in the tie. Well, then they're lucky they haven't got dinged by Facebook. I have for it. So kudos to them that they haven't got caught. Y'all got to keep in mind, just because somebody does something doesn't mean it's right. Sometimes it means they just haven't gotten caught, right? I like the spirals, y'all. It adds just a little something more to the wreath. Don't y'all think so? Now we can add our pumpkins. We needed that little extra something something. It also gives a little bit of cushion because it's going to help hold the pumpkin up. Because look, y'all, don't do this. I don't care. Like, don't do this. Okay? Don't do that. Don't, like, make pumpkins stare at people. Don't do that. It freaks people out. It's like a three-eyed monster. We don't want that. All right? Nobody needs a three-eyed monster pumpkin. Three corners. And we're doing it to help soften the corners just a little bit more. All right, now that we got something for the pumpkin to sit on. Okay, watch what happens here. Before, when I pulled it through, it was going to be flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pipe cleaner that's on this side, and I'm going to pull this down further than the one in front, so my pumpkin will tilt back. Like so. And if you have trouble doing that, just take and poke your hole in the side to tilt your pumpkin. Pretty easy solution to that. Last pumpkin in. It's a ring board. That I just lost my pipe cleaner, y'all. Don't y'all hate that? You get one pipe cleaner pulled in and then the other one comes out? Well, that's what I just did. We're going to kind of tilt that bad boy that way a little bit. That way they're not all dead on. And that's actually the top of my wreath. And if you want to, you can soften the look of this just a little bit further. It's kind of up to you. With sunflowers, you can add sunflowers to this. And then if you were going to add the sunflowers, you just kind of go between. I'll show you real quick. Kind of I might add these because they're kind of like the mustard yellow sunflower. Kind of doesn't look bad. Also, too, when you're adding your florals, don't let them stare people directly in the eye. Okay. And two, y'all, when you get your flowers and they're like, move them. Make them look better. Fluff your florals, y'all. Should we add the sunflowers? I think so. I kind of think so, yes. Yes, we'll add the sunflowers. I like it. So let me grab my hot glue gun. The sunflowers are lightweight enough that we'll just hot glue those in under the sign really tight. With a lot of hot glue. Everybody says yes to the sunflowers. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. They're just the right shade of mustard yellow. Yes, yes. And then as we add those, we're going to clip off the pee-pee cleaners. Because we're done, don't need them anymore. Dun, 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. And then, when you're totally done and finished, get your ribbon back out and fluffed. Don't leave it, y'all. Because that'll be the other thing that drives me crazy is when you leave your ribbon all wrinkled up, because I'm over here screaming, ribbon abuse. I will scream it, y'all. Alright, y'all, what do you think? Got a little sunflower and a little pumpkin, and you are ready for fall. Alright, y'all. As always, thank y'all so much for joining me and hanging out. Let me fix my bow. We can't go out with the bow, but I can say thank y'all for joining me and hanging out. If you want to see more, follow Unique in the Creek on YouTube. And you can also join me here every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all have a great rest of the week, and I will see y'all next week.